Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we have Monster Jam Holiday Racing Season 6 Event Number 1. That is right guys, it is finally time to kick off Season 6 with the largest lineup that we have ever had for holiday racing yet. So all 48 trucks are here and ready to go. Now down in both the description below as well as the comment section below, in both of those places, I will have the entire list, the whole field of trucks for every single driver and truck for holiday racing. And just like I explained in the sign up video, you are going to be in the same truck for every single event. So the field is set, all 48 trucks have been chosen, and just like I kind of expected, I actually got more than 48 signups. So unfortunately, everybody that signed up was not able to be a part of this. I know it's really unfortunate. I made as many customs as I possibly could to include as many people as possible, but like I said, unfortunately, a few people did miss out, but it was first come, first serve, so the first 48 people that signed up are in. So once again, go down to either the description or the comments to see the field of trucks. But without further ado, let's take a look at the races up close. I know you guys have been looking at them the whole time, but we're going to be kicking things off with Dancer taking on Higher Education, and then we're just going to go on down here. So that's the first row. Now here is row number 2. So as you guys can probably see, there were a number of trucks in the sign-up video, for those of you guys that remember, that I was going to make customs of, holiday edition customs that are in this season, which I will point out the specific ones in just a moment. But the final race of round 1 is Scooby-Doo taking on the Snowdrifters Max D. But I have finally finished all of the customs. So Excalibur right there. Scooby-Doo is one as well right there. Jurassic Attack, and I believe there's 2 more, Jester, and what was the final one? Monster Mutt Dalmatian. So there was 6 trucks in the sign-up video that I was going to be making customs of. The final one was Krazy Train, but unfortunately I was not able to get another holiday edition to make a custom for Krazy Train. So unfortunately Krazy Train is going to be like the one regular truck in this. That's the Spectre Flames version, of course. So yeah, no holiday edition tires on Krazy Train. Like I said, just wasn't able to get another holiday edition truck to make that custom. But all the other ones have been made, of course, with the same 5 from last year, which were Pirate's Curse, Soldier Fortune, Max D, Zombie, and Megalodon. So yeah guys, that is pretty much it. Now the final thing to go over before we kick things off here is the point system. So it's pretty simple. If you lose in round 1, you get 1 point. Round 2, you get 2 points, and so on and so forth. And we will not need any fast losers until we get down to the final 6, because of course after that it would be 3, which is an odd number. So in that round, for every single event this season, there is going to be a triple threat fast loser race to determine the 4th and final truck that will make it in the semifinals. So that is just a quick rundown on how the point system is going to work. It'll make more sense as we go along. But anyways guys, we are well over 3 minutes into this video now, so without further ado, let's kick things off with Dancer taking on Higher Education. So the first event of Season 6 is officially underway. And the first win is going to go to Dancer. Next up, we have Jester taking on Dragon. And the win is going to go to Jester. Next up, we have the Black Roll Cage Hot Wheels taking on Avenger. And it is going to go to Hot Wheels. Next up, we have the 2017 Monster Mutt taking on the Snowdrifters Earthshaker. And Earthshaker is going to take the win. Next up, we have Gravedigger Track Ace taking on Monster Mutt Dalmatian. And Gravedigger Track Ace is going to take the win. Next up, we have Iron Man taking on Megalodon. And Megalodon is going to get the win. Next up, we have Pirate's Curse taking on Crustacean. And Pirate's Curse rolls over. That's going to give the win to Crustacean. Next up, we have Prowler taking on Mohawk Warrior. And Mohawk Warrior with the huge upset win. Prowler is your Season 4 champion, and he loses to, honestly, one of the slowest trucks on my channel. Next up, we have Captain's Curse taking on Prancer. And okay, that was an interesting race. Don't really know what happened there, but Captain's Curse is going to take the win. Next up, we have Max D taking on Blue Thunder. And Max D is going to get the win. Next up, we have Snowdrifter's Dragon taking on Zombie. And what a race that is. The best race so far of the night. And as you guys can see, the Snowdrifter's Dragon is going to take the win. Next up, we have Son-Uva Digger taking on Excalibur. And Son-Uva Digger rolls over. That's going to give the win to Excalibur. Next up, we have Orange El Toro Loco taking on Soldier Fortune. And Orange El Toro Loco is going to get the win. Next up, we have New Tool Gravedigger taking on Santa's Monster Sleigh. And another good race. Now, this one is going to be really interesting because the trucks are angled to the left. So if you were just going just based off the tires, like side by side like that, it would be Santa. But if we were to go like straight on from like the racing lane, we'll go straight down here and see. But I think it is just barely going to go to Gravedigger. I know that's kind of a little bit controversial, but if you go along with the shelf here, like straight on, the right front tire of Gravedigger is sticking out. So Gravedigger will take the win. Next up, we have Jurassic Attack taking on the 2011 Monster Mutt. And it's going to go to Monster Mutt. Next up, we have Stone Crusher taking on Batman. And Batman just barely is going to get the comeback win. Stone Crusher was in the lead for a while, but Batman takes it at the end. Next up, we have TMNT taking on Holiday Hauler. And TMNT is going to take the win. Next up, we have Tasmanian Devil taking on Mechanical Mischief. And what a race there! Oh my goodness! Mechanical Mischief, with the fastest run so far, defeats one of the fastest trucks, Tasmanian Devil. Next up, we have the one and only Spin Master battle here in round number 1. We have the Holiday Stunt Truck taking on the Snowdrifters Megalodon. And what a race! They both turn in different directions, and it looks like Megalodon is going to get the win. Next up, we have the White Roll Cage Hot Wheels taking on the 2014 Monster Mutt. And Hot Wheels rolls over, and that's going to give the win to Monster Mutt. Next up, we have Monster Mutt Rottweiler taking on Krazy Train. And what a race that was. I don't think Krazy Train hit the shelf. No, he did not. And just barely, it's going to go to Monster Mutt Rottweiler. Next up, we have Vixen taking on the Old Tool Gravedigger, your Season 5 champion. And he is going to get the win over Vixen. Next up, we have Red El Toro Loco taking on Michigan Ice Monster. And Red El Toro Loco is going to get the win. Next up, we have the final race of round number 1, which is going to be between Scooby-Doo and the Snowdrifters Max D. And what a race that is to finish off round number 1. Scooby-Doo was in the lead, but then kind of got pushed over by Max D. And we're going to have to go straight down here. And it looks like just barely Scooby-Doo is going to hold on to take the win. So all of these trucks lost in round number 1, which means that they will get 1 point for this event. And now it is time for round number 2. There are 24 trucks remaining. Here's a look at all of the races in this round. And of course, if you lose in this round, you will get 2 points for this event. So without further ado, we are going to kick things off with Dancer taking on Jester. So round number 2 is underway. And okay, they both make contact and roll over, and it looks like Dancer is going to get the win. Next up, we have the Black Roll Cage Hot Wheels taking on the Snowdrifters Earthshaker. And Earthshaker is going to take the win over Hot Wheels. Next up, we have Gravedigger Track Ace taking on Megalodon. And Gravedigger Track Ace is going to take the win. Next up, we have Crustacean taking on Mohawk Warrior. And Mohawk Warrior, what is this? I cannot believe that. He's going to defeat Crustacean. Next up, we have Captain's Curse taking on Max D. And Captain's Curse is going to take the win. Next up, we have the Snowdrifters Dragon taking on Excalibur. And Excalibur is going to take the win. Next up, we have Orange El Toro Loco taking on New Tool Gravedigger. And Gravedigger had the lead, but rolls over. Was it enough to still get the win is the question. And I don't know. We're going to have to go straight down. And no, it was not. Just barely. Orange El Toro Loco is going to get the win. Next up, we have the 2011 Monster Mutt taking on Batman. And, well, Monster Mutt took the win, but yeah, I'll count it. I mean, even though he hit the the shelf, I mean, he still won, so Monster Mutt takes the win over Batman. Next up, we have TMNT taking on Mechanical Mischief. And TMNT rolls over and has a terrible run, and that's going to go to Mechanical Mischief. Next up, we have the Snowdrifters Megalodon taking on the 2014 Monster Mutt. And Megalodon is going to take the win. Next up, we have your Season 1 and Season 2 champion, Monster Mutt Rottweiler, taking on your Season 5 champion, the Old Tool Gravedigger. So both of these trucks are used to being on top with 2 wins and 1 win each. Let's see who's going to win this race here. And it looks like it's going to go to Gravedigger. Next up, we have the final race of round number 2, which is going to be between Red El Toro Loco and Scooby-Doo. And Scooby-Doo just barely is going to take the win. So these 12 trucks right here have lost in round number 2, which means that they will get 2 points for this event. And now it is time for round number 3. Here are all the trucks remaining. There are still 12 more trucks. And yeah, here's all the matchups. So if you lose in this round, you will get 3 points. And without further ado, we're going to kick things off with a Spin Master battle between Dancer and the Snowdrifters Earthshakers. So who is going to be the first person to move on to round number 4? It is going to be Dancer. Next up, we have a battle between 2 trucks that, to be completely honest with you, have been historically known for being really bad, and I can't believe they both made it to round number 3. But we have Gravedigger Track Ace taking on Mohawk Warrior. Which one of them is going to move on to round 4? It is going to be Gravedigger Track Ace. Next up, we have Captain's Curse taking on Excalibur. And I think it's going to be Excalibur. Captain's Curse did not hit the shelf, and as you guys can see here from the aerial view, Excalibur is going to take the win. Next up, we have Orange El Toro Loco taking on the 2011 Monster Mutt. And El Toro Loco did not hit the shelf. I didn't even get both trucks in frame at the same time, I don't think. But as you guys can see, Monster Mutt will take the win. Next up, we have Mechanical Mischief taking on the Snowdrifters Megalodon. And what a race that is. I think it's Mechanical Mischief. And as you guys can see from the aerial view, it is, just barely. Next up, we have the final race of round number 3, which is going to be between the Old Tool Gravedigger and Scooby-Doo. And they did not hit me, they almost did, and just barely, Gravedigger is going to take the win over Scooby-Doo. So these 6 trucks all lost in round number 3, which means that they will get 3 points for this event. And now it is time for round number 4. We are down to 6 trucks, and here's a look at all of the matchups right here. So just like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, this round for every single event this season is going to need a fast loser. So what I'm going to do is a triple threat fast loser. For the 3 of you guys that lose, all 3 of them will be competing in one race, and one of those 3 will obviously move on and will take up the final spot in the semifinals. So when we're all said and done, only 2 trucks are going to be eliminated from this round after the fast loser race, and whichever 2 trucks those are going to both receive 4 points for this event. So without further ado, we're going to kick things off with Dancer taking on Gravedigger Track Ace. Who is going to be the first person to move on to the semifinals? It is going to be Gravedigger Track Ace. Next up, we have Excalibur taking on the 2011 Monster Mutt. And Excalibur had the lead, but Monster Mutt kind of spun him out there, and that's going to give the win to Monster Mutt. Next up, we have the final race until the fast loser race, which is going to be between Mechanical Mischief and the Old Tool Gravedigger. And what a race that is between your Season 5 champ and one of the fastest looking trucks so far here today. And just barely, Mechanical Mischief is going to get the win. So 3 trucks have moved on to the semifinals, and now it is time to do the triple threat fast loser race. So again, all 3 of these trucks are the 3 trucks that lost in that round. We have the Old Tool Gravedigger and Excalibur on the bottom, and we have Dancer on top. So let's see who is going to get the 4th and final spot in the semifinals. It is going to be Dancer did not hit me. And all the trucks went completely wild, and it looks like it's going to be Excalibur. So Old Tool Gravedigger and Dancer are both going to receive 4 points for losing in round number 4. And now it is time for the semifinals, so let's go over the field of trucks. Inside of Gravedigger Track Ace, we have Frank Triplett. Inside of the 2011 Monster Mutt, we have Dolores Simmons. Inside of Mechanical Mischief, we have MonsterJamPlanet. And inside of Excalibur, we have Ryan Hayward. So that is the field of trucks for the 4 trucks that are still remaining. And if you lose in this round, you are going to collect 5 points. So without further ado, we're going to kick things off with the Track Ace Gravedigger taking on the 2011 Monster Mutt. So who is going to go to the championship race? Is it going to be Frank Triplett or Dolores Simmons? It is going to be, I don't know, they both rolled over. That was a pretty chaotic race, and I think it's Monster Mutt, but let's go straight down. Just barely, Dolores Simmons in Monster Mutt is going to take the win. I'm so sorry to Frank Triplett and the Gravedigger Track Ace. Like I said before, this truck is usually pretty slow, to be honest with you, but he had a really good performance here today, and I think that this truck is definitely going to be one to look out for the remainder of Season 6. So who is going to meet Dolores Simmons in the 2011 Monster Mutt in the championship race? Is it going to be MonsterJamPlanet in Mechanical Mischief or Ryan Hayward in Excalibur? It is going to be MonsterJamPlanet in Mechanical Mischief. I'm so sorry to Ryan Hayward. Unfortunately, you have lost in the semifinals in the very clean-looking Excalibur truck. I really love how this custom turned out. But again, unfortunately, you lost in this round, and you are going to collect 5 points for this event. So Gravedigger Track Ace and Excalibur are both going to collect 5 points for this event for losing in the semifinals. And now we are down to the championship race of Monster Jam Holiday Racing Season 6, event number 1. So inside of the 2011 Monster Mutt, we have Dolores Simmons, and inside of Mechanical Mischief, we have MonsterJamPlanet. So one really interesting thing to note here is that MonsterJamPlanet was actually the Season 1 winner of Holiday Racing all the way back in 2016. He won Holiday Racing Season 1 when he was driving Monster Mutt Rottweiler. Here today, though, and for Season 6, he's in Mechanical Mischief, and he's looking to start off this season on top once again, but Dolores Simmons is looking to do otherwise. So let's see who's going to win it. The winner is going to get 7 points, and the loser is going to get 6. So the winner of Monster Jam Holiday Racing Season 6, event number 1, is going to be none other than Dolores Simmons in the 2011 Monster Mutt in a really good race. He has done it. Congratulations, man. You have won event number 1 of Season 6. You're going to collect 7 points for this event, and you are going to start out Season 6 in the points lead. And man, oh man, I am so sorry to MonsterJamPlanet and Mechanical Mischief. Unfortunately, you just lost in the championship race. You're going to collect 6 points for this event, and this truck looked really, really fast tonight and is definitely going to be one to look out for this season. And another really interesting thing as well is that my good buddy MonsterJamFan0311 is also doing holiday racing, and in his event number 1 for Season 2 that he's filming right now, MonsterJamPlanet also made it to the championship race and lost. So really, really unfortunate start for him in both of our holiday racings or his holiday points competition. But anyways, better luck next time, man. Again, you're going to collect 6 points for this event. But congratulations one last time to Dolores Simmons in the 2011 Monster Mutt for winning here today. Now, what I'm going to do now is total up the point standings after this event so I can show you guys where you all sit in the point standings. So I'm going to go do that right now, and I will be right back. All right, guys, so here is a look at the point standings after today's event, event number 1. So everything is pretty straightforward right now since this is only the first event of the season. So however many points you collected in this event is how many you have in the point standings, because of course, like I said, this is the very first event. So I will very quickly scroll through the list here just in case you guys want to see how many points you have, even though I already said it as we went through the event. But I figured I would still show it to you guys. So of course, the 2011 Monster Mutt is the points leader after winning today's event. Mechanical Mischief is in second after losing in the championship race. Then, of course, we have a tie for third with Excalibur and the Track Ace Gravedigger, who both lost in the semifinals. Then you have the 2 trucks that lost in the quote-unquote quarterfinals, Dancer and the Old Tool Gravedigger. Then you get into the trucks that lost in round number 3. They all have 3 points, as you guys can see right there. Then all the trucks that have 2 points all lost in round number 2. So you guys can see all of them right there. And then all of the trucks that have 1 point, which we actually can't even fit them on one screen, but all the trucks with 1 point lost in the first round. So here's a look at some of them right there. Scrolling down to the bottom, all the way to the Snow Drifters Max D. So again, all of those trucks lost in round number 1. So they all have 1 point so far because this is the very first event of the season. So yeah, guys, that is pretty much going to do it for this video. I do plan on doing this at the end of every single event. The final, 2 to 3 minutes of every event will always be going over the point standings after whatever event we just did. So yeah, if you guys ever lose and you don't really feel like watching the videos anymore because you're already out, just make sure to scroll to the end of the video so you guys can at least see how many points you have. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much going to do it for this video. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure to smash that thumbs up. And for whatever reason, if you guys are not yet subscribed to my channel, make sure that you guys do so because we are currently on the road to 17,000 subscribers. And yeah, I will see you guys for event number 2, which should be in just a few days. So I will see you guys next time.